What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Oh, there go the man himself. What's going on? What's going on? Can you hear me? I think you're still muted.
Can you hear
Hey,
me?
yep, I can hear you perfectly clear now. Yeah, I'm out in the field today, so we're gonna hit this up, and we're gonna still hit it strong. What's up, Zach and Kirsten? What's going on, Frank? Hey, Ray, what's going on? My favorite reptile podcast. Hopefully, you guys caught that. The last one we did with Ray, it was very informative and fun. Put some content out there. So, reason we got a different, background and stuff today, decided to bring the family out to something we don't do nearly as often. But we out fishing, and I think this is Paris Mountain State Park out here in South Carolina. So whipped out the MacBook and brought it on the road. So hopefully everybody can hear us clear, see us clear. Also, Audra's in the background. She's definitely back at the house. She's kind of running, manning the ship, directing everything, directing traffic. So, in case we do lose some type of reception or anything, I mean, she's definitely gonna step in and man the fort. How your day going, man?
Pretty good.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, I'm definitely touching some grass today. Actually, we all came out here to fish, and I got the boys out here. I mean, they're fishing and tangling lines and trees, and I probably has cast it out maybe 4 or 5 times. So I'm just busy kind of detangling wires and putting worms on hooks, but it's still a blast. Um, let's see what we got going on. So this week, the topic we're gonna be talking about. Oh, let me turn that alert off. Try to get y'all stationary so you don't see me bouncing all over the place. So this week we're gonna be basically talking about clown pod. Number one, how deep are you into clown pod, Darren?
So I think I have five females um, that are double het with combos, and then I have one visual male.
Okay, yeah, don't say it like that. You saw I only
What?
got one physical male. He got a powerhouse male,
Well,
especially at a still. Go ahead, tell her what you got. Don't just keep it under
oh,
the thank you.
clown pied het for hypo. But not,
Yeah,
not only
yeah.
that, I picked up an orange dream clown het for pied, also from Justin.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
so
about.
but he's a male, so but I was like, that's all right. One can start it off, the other one comes in and
That's
hits it
right.
up.
That's right. We're working with a few things ourselves. We have a coral glow in the mix with pie, het clown. We also have a high intensity orange dream, clown mel, het pie, or I think it's pos het pie. We still got to get that shed tested. Then we do have a leopard clown male that's 100% het pie, who's really been bringing it home for us. We have a clown pie female who actually just had her first lock. And we got a bunch of double hats. We have a yellow belly, really weird. It's going to be interesting to see the journey with her. She'll be here for a while, but she's a yellow belly, double het clown pie female. That's she's unique because she has like actually the word God like written all over her, like 3 to 4 times. So she's gonna be interested. She's closing in on weight herself. I believe she's like 1,250 grams. Um, and then I believe we have some other double hats. We have a normal double hat clown pod female. I think two of them. So we kind of stacked in that category. It's
Oh wait,
interesting
Mister,
though.
I don't know if I got anything about this, but
I
you already
mean,
do.
well, it's about as far as producing. We haven't produced any yet. We still got some eggs cooking. We haven't produced any yet this year, but also looking forward to be. We're going to be talking today about as far as it being profitable, and the direction people want to go in. Me and you talked about it on the phone since we talk every week, but it became a very interesting conversation, which spun over into this because we were really, and actually Ray and I at uh my favorite reptile podcast was talking about it briefly as well. I think And again, we're not pointing any fingers. Everything we do on this channel, on this podcast, everything we do, period, is going to be all about positivity and how to encourage people to keep pushing ahead, push through, persevere, and keep, striving ahead. So I say that because I was not, nor was Audra or us, you were into the reptile as far as the ball pythons, 5, 6, 10 years ago, back in your 40s. Um, and what happened
We
was,
got jokes.
the clown pie, it was very, pricey to get into, even as a baby. I think it went up to, it was what, 10 grand at one point.
Yes. So I'll tell you, when I first started seeing them in 2012,
Hmm.
2013, they're in the 12 to 12, 10 to 12 range.
Right, right.
And it was Brian Gundy. Brian Gundy had the first one I ever seen in person.
Yeah, and that's the thing, So I think everybody needs to, and again, it's only opinion. Look at it in regards to that trend. You get someone that creates these animals. It could be anything. It could be the dream sickle, any double visual. That they create that animal. Then you have to at least expect that you know if you're just doing a double visual with no incomplete dominance, then where do you take it from there? And are you holding back for yourself? Are you, producing for yourself? Where you don't have to go out and purchase those females, because that's where we're at this point. Because yeah, you can produce those animals, when you're having, purchasing $12,000 animals, but when you start producing them, they may drop down to 6 or 5, and that's not necessarily a horrible thing. That's actually a really good thing, because you get 2 or 3 per clutch, depending on what you're pairing them with. I mean, you got to look at it in regards to that, because even if you keep them all, okay, $5,000 times 3, you still have $15,000 in that clutch somehow, that now you made a part of your collection, that you're going to basically put to use and put into your workforce in the years to come, versus, or sell them and you still make more than what you invested, and you still keep the equity of the base that you
Right.
already purchased. So you got to kind of make it relative to what you work. And I think some people lose vision when
Like you were
or
saying,
or
it's not until you sell that animal. If you sell that animal, that's when you lose. But if you keep that animal and breed it, definitely you'll make some money back off of that and even further your project.
right. Right, and that's what it's got to be about. So when you're breeding, like you now, you were able to get a hold of, you took advantage of a horrible mistake, but he stood on it, and
Yep.
you already knew what you were looking at as far as when you acquired your male, your powerhouse male, to not only get a clown pod male from not having a clown pod male to getting into a clown double visual clown pod that's 100% het for the third visual,
Yeah.
and for the price you ended up getting, that's like highway robbery. Like that was
It
robbery
was.
without a gun. Like
I couldn't even. Hey, something told me. Hey, when you get to Tinley, just wait, just wait, just wait. Something was the morph god said we have something for you.
that was definitely it. That was definitely it. That was the pickup. So, which also goes back to people. We're a little bit all over the place, but we're still going to stay slightly on topic. Because we also talked about overpricing snakes. I don't really believe there's a such thing. And the reason I say that is it's according to the seller and according to the buyer. If you put something out there where you feel the price point should be whatever you put it out there as, and you're not getting any nibbles, you're not getting any interest, you can choose to keep said project, or you can choose to adjust the price. Maybe you're higher than whatever the market is. Maybe the supply and demand isn't there, meaning, I'll use myself for example. We've been picking up a ton of hypopod girls. I mean, a ton, and the importance of a hypopod, a regular hypopod, with no incomplete dominant genes, to us may be different to a person that's not in that program.
Yep.
They say, "Oh, hypopod, that's simple." Oh, I'm not
But
paying over 800, but for me, we were paying 1,000, 1,400 to get those into our program.
but what happens
How do you
is
feel?
a lot of people don't have that vision to take
Hmm.
that animal to the next step. They're like, oh, I hit the hypopide and that's it. I'm done. They don't think of the next step and what else they could do. Hey
Right.
Frank.
Right. And that's key to it because with that program I'm talking about with the hypopod, even though we're talking about clown pods, we ended up picking up, our Ozzy boy, and that's a project in and of itself. But shoot, and we're around 30 plus females total that's into that hypopod program. And the reason we have so many, we have double hets, we have double visuals, we have both. And it's because of our Ozzy boy, and also him being pos het for ultramel and going that direction, but not stopping there. If for if all else fails and he's not het for ultramel, then basically we're doubling back because we're doubling back down with our inchy ultramel pod pos het hypo male. We're working all of that in, and then we're also working two different triple recessive projects that both of them, involve hypopod. So we're working DG hypopod and we're working ultramel hypopod. So you need to make sure that you have enough females and males, but enough females into that program that when you have an insane male that's ready to breed for you or starting to lock and everything, you're not scrambling looking around. I would rather have females in the rack, in the tubs, waiting on that perfect male than to have to acquire, the exact female that we needed or need, only to now wait another 2 3 years for maybe them to breed. That's why when we got into the Clown Pod project, we started acquiring when we got into the snakes period, we acquired everything, knock on wood, that we needed, babies, the whole 9 yards, all these insane morphs, insane combos. And when we said, well, when Audra said enough was enough, then we stopped and then we doubled down and started getting, juveniles and breeders that will give us some overflow with some intense genes involved, to kind of push us forward to make the next best thing. How you feel about that approach?
No, it's a perfect approach to turn around and kind
Yeah,
of lace yourself up for your future projects that you have going on. A lot
right,
of people don't do that. They just kind of sporadically buy, and just
right.
I'm gonna grab this, grab that,
And they
and I
get
get it
this.
on some, yeah, some incomplete dominance, yes, but when you're going for a project, and when we have these recessives, like your clown pie, you need to add a project to it. So pick up those animals that will complement your animal and move forward with that. If you're gonna add in a new gene, like, by the way, my first stranger clutch dropped today, 8 eggs. So that right there, just adding a stranger, I just had to add the stranger gene in there. Now I know
And
what I want to do with them.
I was about to say, what was the pairing on that clutch that just dropped today?
That one was just to one of my Mojave females, but she produces another gene, and I want to see how well it goes with stranger, and if I see a difference in stranger.
And also, your male is het clown. So you
Yes, he's that
testing?
clown.
You're
So
testing.
they,
You gonna test them for het clown?
yes, so they should be the babies would be possets. So yeah.
Right. So are you gonna go through that process? 'Cause I would send them in. All eight, and send all the sheds in. Pay the
Oh, oh
$70,
yeah, definitely,
and I know,
definitely, because
boom,
I'm
this
gonna
is
hold
het
back
clown.
what I want.
Yeah, you can choose your holdbacks, and plus, it may devalue to a certain extent your non-hets, but you make it right back with the confirmed hets.
Yeah.
So if it's 4 and 4, you at least know that something is het, and that
Yeah.
something else might not be, and it
Keep a
pushes you
stranger
aboard.
female
I'm
back.
I'm telling you, with this testing process now that's around, bro, it's gonna push a lot of old timer. Well, it depends if people decide to use it, but because some people, some of the old timers, not talking shit,
Yeah.
it's just some people are just not a big fans of it, which I understand. But you also, if you're not pushing the threshold on whatever you're working with, you realize that you're going to be a dinosaur.
Yeah,
You
it's gonna
realize
save
you're going to
you
have
a
it's going to save you
year for a
time,
male. It's gonna save
time,
2 years for a
space,
female.
easy. Why keep, knowing that you need two, two for sure, het whatever's. Why keep back four? You know, just to grow them up for 2 years. So you'll end up breeding all four. Oh, these two are het and moving to others. Like you don't even have to
Yeah.
go through that process anymore.
No, you don't
You
have to
know,
wait.
yeah,
That
at all.
saves so much
Oh.
time. It's I guess old school might call it cheating, but it's okay.
Yeah, but you know what? If you don't take advantage of what's out there and available to you, I mean, can you really call it cheating? You know what I'm
So
saying? It's
I'm gonna
hard.
tell you right now what I'm doing in the Clown Pride project is that female that is super pastel yellow belly leopard, 100% het for pied, 50% het for clown, possible stranger female. I
Right.
mean that female I'm sending that shed in. It's on the table, wrapped up, ready to go. She's already paid for. I just got to put it in the mailbox. That's it.
Yeah, I
She's
gotta do a
done.
lot of shipping this week. You know, we're not sending our big load in yet because I told you we got like 2 grand in sheds to send in
Yeah.
that we will have to pay for. But we got our DG sheds that we got to send in
Oh
for.
yeah.
So I'm excited about that. You know, plus we got that DG clutch that just landed. Everybody, you guys haven't seen the video yet, but we purchased. I want to say almost a year ago now, a inchy
Yeah.
66% het DG girl, who was a juvenile at the time, and you know she's proved out. So hashed out, and I got to do the video, drop the video on that one. So real happy that we can X out that 66 pos het and call her officially het. Which also leads us back to the Clown Pod Project. Like, you got to figure out a threshold, you know, for you. And I'm talking to the viewers, because in our opinion, for us, like, it depends on what you need at the time. I think everyone, including us, know that, you know, just because you have a bigger female or just because a female reaches breeder size 15, 1,600 grams, 2,000 grams, that don't mean she gonna breed. That don't mean she gonna lay. That don't mean anything. So, I mean, it means
Yeah.
she's at weight. So, but the way we play that game is we at least want them at weight. I mean, you just want to
Yeah.
knock out one of their variables. So if you
I
get
had
them to
I,
weight, that's one
so
of the
let me
better
ask
ones.
you a question right there. Where
Mhm.
would you say, hey, I bred her this season, she didn't go. I bred her next season, she didn't go. When will you stop?
Me, I mean, it depends on the female in the project. So for
Okay.
me, it's like, for instance, we use our clown pod. Our clown pod. I mean, you go out there and get clown pods right now. Females, I haven't did the research, but I mean, shoot, 2 grand. You
Yeah.
know, and this past season, you know, we paid 7 grand for our clown pod female. And they're like, man, you overpaid. You know, a lot of people they see the video is posted up, and I think we still good. You know, there's no issue. It is what it is. That's a part of the game. Clown pod's been around for a
But
while.
that's for a hatchling, not for a female that's an adult. So that's different.
Right.
They
But
gotta
even
also
then,
understand.
she wasn't an adult at the time. It was still a juvenile. And in the market that is down now, like I doubt, in my opinion, right now I could probably get somewhere in the range because she's gained weight. Like she's at breeder size now. But at that time, she was like 900 grams, a 900-gram clown pod girl right now. To the right buyer, you know, she'll be worth it. But I don't feel that there's a right buyer being that 900 grand and we're in the middle of the season. You know, I think the timing's off for a 900-gram female right now, in my opinion. Um, I think at that time, you know, if the time was now, whatever purchase her should definitely be, I would say probably 4 grand. You probably find a 900-gram female clown pod, no incomplete dominance involved for probably 4 grand. The reason why we don't really care is because like the values will fluctuate up and down. We have her, you know, so whether she goes for it, she's at breeder size now. She's got her first lock, um, ultrasounding her. She's at 14, I think 14 or 15 millimeters. So we'll see where she heads from now. But if she doesn't go, she doesn't go. She'll go next year,
I
you
mean,
know.
even
So
if
it's
you
kind
were
of
to
the same
have,
situation.
if they stayed at 2 grand for your females, even right now, you'll still make your money back off of her.
Right.
So that is an investment, and you'll still profit
Plus, you
from
know,
her.
it's not huge, but if you think about it, I'm not just doing, you know, I want to push the threshold. We're going to continue to buy forward as the seasons come. But if you think about it like this, you know, you have a clown pod double visual with no incomplete dominance. But then I also have, high intensity orange dream male that's clown, that's heifer pod. That means you breed, them together. You can now pop out a high intensity orange dream or orange dream clown pod. You throwing that in there now. I got our debut male, our leopard clown het pod. You throw him in there. Hopefully we can get, everybody's banking on your odds, but hopefully you can get a leopard clown pod. Again, you're progressing forward. You keep your holdbacks out of that. You move some of the stock that you may be working with. Because I'm be honest, we hatch out a leopard clown pod male, I'm be jumping through the roof. But then, I'll keep our leopard clown for a little bit. He probably won't get much action. He'll just be a backup because he's a really good breeder. But I would push to have that, grow and be the next debut male for that project. So it really puts you in a tough spot, because we were just talking. If you have three visuals that pop up, three double visuals, and it's like you pay all that money for the female, you pay all that money for your male. Now you really hit the odds. You get two females, you get one male, you got some incomplete dominance in the mix there. But guess what? You still don't got nothing to offer to the public. We wouldn't, because you got to
Yeah.
keep both females. You got to keep the male. You still can't sell your previous breeder male, or you really stuck not having a backup in the mix. So you're basically selling whatever else came out of the clutch. So you still don't, make any money per se off of it, but that's not the important part. The important part was you didn't have to dish out the money to step forward with those three double visuals. And I think people lose concept, on that part.
Well, that's, I mean, we talked about it before with Will Banks and then picking up those, what is it, bananas.
Right.
And he spent 50 G's on one banana male. So he bought two,
Mhm.
spent that 100. And
Right.
he worked that project to this day. He's still making money off of bananas. It's just those combos have gone on. I'm pretty sure those males have already been sold and gone by now,
Yeah,
but
because he
he's
got to keep
the
stepping
blood's
forward.
there. Yep. And he just
Yeah.
kept going with that project.
Which also leads to price points. So, like we were talking about, clown pies being 12, $13,000. Just what 5, 6 years ago. And my guess is that this following season, when everybody dropped, their clutches and their availability hit morph market, I'm projecting that clown pod males are going to be $900, $1,000 for double visuals. That's
Okay,
my
you guys got
projection.
it on record. You hear what he said right now.
900 to $1,000 for a
And
male.
hey, I I don't doubt it because turn around what I got mine for just this year.
Hmm.
Come on. Yeah.
You're right there. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. You're right there.
That's I don't
But
even doubt it.
and the mindset behind that is simple business, and the way mechanics for with business work is supply and demand. Back 5, 6 years ago, the demand was still high. The demand is high now, but the supply was not as high.
Yeah.
Now you have more people that's producing those animals now, making them available. Even if some of them need to keep them, they trying to make that quick buck before the prices drop. So they're putting stuff out that they won't normally make available, and that's going to hurt themselves in the long run. Um, but you can figure out a way to double down on it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
figure out a way to double down on it. And that what I mean by double down on it is buying forward. Sometimes it won't affect you as much. If you turn around and oh, you caught a fish? Come here, baby. Baby, this fish is small like you, baby. Hey, I was the first one to catch it.
He's
Oh,
oh man.
King gave a Luke.
He said, "Oh, you got a
Oh, the
fish."
first time, then I got a picture. Congrats. Take a picture of it. No,
Yeah, do it for the gram. Do it for the gram.
yeah, do it for the gram, for real, for real. So the way you can bounce forward is being able to you produce those animals, and say you produce that $900 to $1,000 male, or female. Let's say the female's 2 grand. As I said, they dip down to 1,800. 1,600. You're going to see those price, and we're talking about clown pod, no incomplete dominance in there, because that will boost the value up. But when you start doing that, I mean, for us, we would probably fall in that same category where, I mean, you produce a clown pod female and you're able to get, 1,600 for her, we wouldn't have anything against, getting her up to size and making her available, not be as flexible on pricing. Make a put a firm whatever market value price is for her, and let's say you're able to pull 1,600 for her. You get the 1,600, but keep it invested in that project. Sell that clown pod female for 1,600 just to turn back around, add $900 to that, and go out there and get an orange dream fire clown pod or just some type of combo that works into your complex that saves you time where you're still in that program. I think that's where people
It's
messed up a little bit.
Yeah, it's leveling up your program, and I did that. I'll tell you right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure people heard it on this podcast before. It's I wasn't leveling up nothing. I could create it. I'll be in this lab for years. I don't care. Was it Eric B and Rakim? No Rakim. I took a female. It took me 7 years. 7 years I had this female, and
Wow.
she just had her first clutch last year, but she produced all pies, and I spent 15.
Miggy. Oh, Miggy chiming in. So
Me.
I let you go. He want to know what clutch number we on.
Oh, I'm on. This is 4. I'm only on 4. 4 this so far. That's
Yeah.
it. That's just this month. This month I had 4 clutches. I told you
Well,
June and July are my time to start having my clutches.
our clutch number is retarded. So we're on
Yeah, go
clutch
ahead,
number
say it.
38. We're on clutch number 30, which is funny because I just, we get the emails from Ozzy, and so Ozzy's on clutch 25. I'm like, whoa. So yeah, we're
You
on clutch
passed them up.
38. Yeah. Oh, he gonna pass it. He gonna pass us up. Yeah, we're gonna slow down, I'm sure. I didn't think we were gonna close in on 50 clutches. I thought that was a figment of my imagination, but I think we are gonna crush 50 as the projection. So we had 60 breedings planned, and we were hoping that 50 went. We ended up so far with our females being ready later in the season. We're projecting now to attempt, depending on follicle growth, 68 breedings. But right now, it looks like we're about to blow 50 clutches out of the water. We're on clutch 38. Yep, yep,
30.
yep.
Hey, wait. So 38 out of how many?
Out of well, it will be, if everything goes well, 68, attempts. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, you
Out
can't
of
get it
how
up?
much? Wait, 50 what?
Out of well, 60. Hold on, let me get this out for him. There you go, baby.
Oh, you're gonna be at 60 attempts.
Yeah, 68 attempts.
Oh, 68, because we were at 51 not that long ago. So
Yeah,
you had
yeah,
68 attempts. You keep going.
yeah, yep. So I mean, when you have females that end up, go ahead, pick it up, baby. We have females that end up, getting up to, 1,500, 1,600 grams, some 1,700 grams, and you check them on the ultrasound. Hey, Darren, you check them on the ultrasound. Darren's anti-ultrasound. So when we check them on the ultrasound, and you're already getting 15, 18 millimeter follicles. So you start putting them in a rotation for the males that we acquired them for. And it's kind of fun because a lot of our males are really done with their locks, so they've gotten like time to rest up and chill and not even be paired. And now
See,
it's a whole different group that they're
but
being paired with.
listen, I mean, I know my females so well, right? I know how to palpate them. I told you when I was gonna have my clutches. How
I
clear?
hear you.
Hey, most of these females are like 10 to 20 days off, but we had a little bit longer winter, so I kind of expected from them. They're a little bit off, but even this last female, I locked her twice. That's it. She
See,
got
but
2
this
locks
is
on
this
my strength
this is
belt.
this is the issue though, and whether people are pro ultrasound or not, I think is a healthy tool to at least
I still
have.
might maybe.
I'm sure you will, because this is the thing. Now that you know your collection, you got to remember you're an old timer.
Yeah.
You pushing 50 right now.
No,
So
wait, hold on.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Yo,
Let me get this out.
Will about to
So
be
yeah, you
41. Let's put that out
look,
there.
look, but you pushing 50. So at the end of the day, you've been in this game since 2012. You
Oh
just
man.
this past season let go a single gene spider that you've been holding on forever, single gene pastel. So yeah, you got you a vet in the game, and you
Hey,
finally transitioning. So
but I
you
didn't have
lose
any
your
problems moving
female.
the babies. The babies still
But this,
moved. They
but
still.
this is the thing about it. You now get bringing up in the ranks new females. You're bringing them up. There's going to be a lot of first breeding seasons coming up next year. Females that's not going to have. You're going to have to prove them out. Therefore, you're not going to know. What? Hold on, we blanking out. Boom, 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 boom.
Did we blink
We
out?
back. We back. Oh, we good. So you're not going to know their routine yet. You're going to be setting their routine. So I think
Yeah.
that'll help at least having that tool there.
It will eventually. I mean, I'll get one sooner or later. I
Yeah,
mean, when I
sure,
first
sure.
started, they were 10 grand, for ultrasound. So you had to figure it
Nah,
out.
nah. I mean, I'm on board with you with that, but I mean, it's all relative.
Yep.
If you're doing $500,000 in business and stuff like that, and I mean, it's just one of them things you got to kind of bite the bullet.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, they're the price now of just like a mid-level snake,
Pretty
for average
much.
people.
No, it's a mid-level snake. It's pretty much
Yeah,
just starting off.
yeah. Yeah, we talk about the decline in projects. And I don't think Clown Pod is declining. That's our official flawless statement. We don't think it's declining. We just think that people's aspirations probably need to change from just making Clown Pod,
Yeah.
and thinking if they just want to make Clown Pod, that's great. But if they're thinking that it's going to change the game or somehow influence the market, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're already making these quads like one after another, one
Yeah.
after another. These quad
Hey, and
visuals.
we just had that conversation a couple months ago about, shooting for quads is nearly impossible in the odds, and maybe they'll hit in the next 5 to 7 years, and boom, summertime, people hit two. I
Yeah.
mean, it's gonna be more people. It's gonna be more people, and one guy hit it from uh two quad heads. Hit it from two
Yeah, it
quad
was a
heads.
head-to-head pairing.
Yeah. So I
See,
mean, hitting a quad visual from quad. Hey, I hope I had those eyes because we're also in the quad program. We're running, G Stripe Hypo, Ultramel Pod. We're running G Stripe Hypo, DG Pod. So hopefully we don't get, caught up with the DG alphabet thing, and which we shouldn't since we're producing them in house from a
yeah,
visual. So it should all work out. It should all
it
work out.
will. I mean, even then, if you even hit the double either side, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's still hitting the doubles on either side.
Right.
Yeah.
Look,
Thank you,
look,
Audra. Thank you.
people feeling
Thank you.
pity. Like, yeah, no, we're gonna stay on them. We're gonna stay on them. But no, I think it'll help. And then, so what else other than hypo are you putting into your clown pods?
Oh, it's incomplete dominance, So entry is going to be one of them because that's real common, But then the pastel, even though everybody hates pastel, but this female is
Yeah,
possible stranger, so that's why I'm going with it. And she's leopard anyways, and
yeah. We
stranger and
gotta
leopard looks beautiful.
we gotta figure out a way to, like, in the after effects of posting this video, to bleep out like words like that p word. Like,
Pastel, the p word. Hey,
P,
it's all
the
right.
p.
It's an OG. See, some of these OGs, they're gonna be still producing these pastels because some of their hot jeans or hot combos, man,
Uh-huh.
there's pastel in it. It's in there, and
Listen, we're
you
about no
can't run.
negativity, so I'm not gonna speak on that gene. If you working with it, thank you guys. Send us an inbox. We'll definitely forward you our list of
Hey,
anything containing that p word. Uh,
just just listen. Will's over here, with this negativity on pastel, which is fine, is okay. But the morph gods gave him pastel. He said, "Hey,
yeah,
you didn't want pastel? Oh, you
and here
bought
it
that
is.
female, she didn't have pastel. We gonna bless you with pastel. Here you go." And guess what? The babies came out pastel.
Yeah, and you know what? It's all relative too, man. To what you're working with, because for smaller breeders, when I say smaller, I mean under 200 snakes. So not talking super super small, but as far as trying to be a mainline breeder or boutique style breeder, I mean, it's hard, working with pastel because if you are on a larger scale where you can have 500 plus 1,000 snakes, pastel ain't that big of a deal, because you probably got 10 of every program, everything you got doubles and triple copies of it, so it's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal. Problem comes when you're small. Because if it's especially with males, you're gonna put it in half of everything you breed that male to. So that's the hard part for me. That's the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah.
See.
It's one of those genes. It's gonna be there like Mojave, even though nobody has a problem with Mojave, but it's gonna be there. It ain't
Hey,
leaving.
hey, he said it, and that's true. It's already happened. We saw a little soft push to move some p word snakes. So yeah, I agree. I agree, but it is very hard because you end up um, one or two things. Getting into that program because it looks great is one thing for it to look great with it involved, with the pastel involved, but once you start producing animals off of that, where you start throwing pastel into the mix with combos that it don't look good in, now what do you do? So on a smaller scale, it's very hard and difficult to work with that. Let's see if we get this glare out the camera. Is it
The
rain?
trees. I almost went whitewater rafting today. We
You you
almost
almost,
went.
you almost what?
We almost went whitewater rafting today. I was gonna do the live from the tube.
You would have most certainly lost your card. Hopefully, everybody know what card I'm talking about. What? Ooh, yeah, no.
He said, hey, "Man, you out there in the woods right now? What you talking about?"
Hey, we're in a state park in
It's
the
country
cookout
will,
area.
country will.
Nah, hey,
Will, you left the city. You left the city.
call me what you want.
You left the city. You out.
Yeah, definitely. You want that one? All right.
Yeah, Aiden took off my oven.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. I'll fix it up for you.
Will this hook work?
So, along with hypo, I'll fix that in a second. Along with hypo, what other recessor would you like to get into Clown Pod? I know you're probably gonna say Dreamsicle. I mean, you're probably gonna say
Yeah,
Lavender.
no, because I'm already going that that route. That's in the works of getting
Now,
that in there.
by
And
Lavender being so light with the Dreamsicle, and then adding Clown into the mix. I mean, what is that? That's the Holy Grail, right?
the holy grail. But you know, one of the things I want to get involved is called my acid boy. Yes, that's
Oh
why I
yeah,
got the
yeah, yeah.
acid boy
Hey, show them
to,
off.
to
Let's see it.
for that project. All right, hold on.
Darren got that custom stool over there with the one step. He stood up, barely looked like he
Oh,
got up.
the school with the one step. Get the hell out of here. Hey, when you're short, you need more than one step.
Hey, hold on. Let me see if I can get this going. Hold on.
You see
Boom.
how light he is for an acid, for a single gene acid?
Oh wow. And he's single gene, right?
Single gene. Did we lose your will?
Nah, I'm here. How
Oh,
much
okay.
is he weighing?
You know what? I didn't even weigh him. Let's see. I want to say he's close to 3.
Golly. We'll see. Eric B. No Rakim said he's lighter than his acid hypo.
Oh yeah, yeah. So because of, like I said, recessive has an influence. Now look at this.
Question though, do you know the pairing that created him?
Yes. So it was a lavender to a strange to acid clown.
Because somebody asked he may have OD in him.
Nah, he doesn't
Oh
have
wow.
OD. He's just het for lavender and clown. See how the difference is? The acid. Look how dark she is. Super dark.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. And you think that's strictly het influence?
Yeah, influence. Lavender does
Hey,
too. A lot of stuff.
and maybe she got some. Maybe he got some hidden genes, and we had that conversation too.
That's right. We did. We did. So even in when you go lavender leopard,
Oh, we have a
leopard is
question for
dark
you.
gene.
We got a question. Let me see if I can get it up.
He said, I have 2 clutches in the incubator. Which one is
Hold
it?
on. Is that the one? No, this one here.
You know what? I think he does have tracks. Well, this ain't it,
Really?
but look at the leopard. With lavender, look how light that leopard is. It makes all my animals really light when I make my heads.
Really?
Yeah. When it goes back to dark genes. Dark genes.
And then Miggy just asked something too. Hold on, let me find it. Trying to navigate it all. Said I have 2 clutches in the incubator, lavender clown het pie to Inchy het lab pie shooting for. Ooh, Inchy dream het clown boy. Ouch. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, we man. Golly, that clown pie, right? And see, you're on the right track, bro. You pushing the agenda. You pushing it ahead. That's exactly what this video is talking about. This live is about. Not just making just reproducing clown pies. Unless you need clown pies because you have another heavy hitter that got combos in it, whether
Yeah.
it's a double head or not.
Northeast Morph, that male does have the whole track down his belly. It's a track all the way down his belly.
So crazy.
Yeah, Live Latin's everything that goes dark that I have produced from it.
And I would not know. Only thing I got is a pos het lab.
But now you see what I'm talking about. When the head influence comes in, it makes the animals look different.
Right. Yeah,
Completely
we
different.
need to. I think maybe the next one after we do our next interview, bring our next person on. We should do another video and bring people on, show off some of their snakes because, and address this whole het influence. I get it, and it's solid, with most, but I'm just not a believer yet. It's just way too
We got to
many.
turn them into a believer. I've been
Yeah,
looking at these things for so long, and in that single gene, and then you add in something else that has the head influence, and this is
because it's just
100%.
so
But
many things. It's like when you know the odds on or the genes involved on both sides, and you actually produce a het pod clutch and
yeah,
male or female, whatever it may be, you know exactly what genes are in these animals, and one ends up having no pod tracks and one has pod tracks, and you created this animals yourself. So it's
yeah.
like, is the het markers really something to depend on or rely on or not? It's hard, man. It's hard to
It is when you produced it, it doesn't matter. Once you know it's 100%, it doesn't matter. And somebody chime in with me and tell Will about this because
I mean, the same thing like with monsoon, and I'm making het monsoons, and looking for these eye stripes and all. Man,
the crazy pattern. Okay,
man,
so tell me if some of them hit, some don't. You know what I'm saying? You have a 50-50 chance of it not really showing anything, but then some of them really do show any
I'm
show
just
some
thankful
signs.
that I'm playing with the 100% odds.
100%.
So
Yeah.
it is what it
That's
is.
the best route to do. But now we don't even have to do that because science is involved. So you just go ahead and get it. And if you
Hey,
don't know
you're
it's
right. 'Cause
100%, go
I'm an
get
error on
it
the side
tested.
of science as well. I'm definitely gonna go outside of science, but some of you
We
old
didn't,
timers like you like
man. We didn't have science. We had this is field look. This looks different. Yeah, that's what we had. We had
that's exactly
let's
why you
prove
over
it
there
out.
still palpating. Let me palpate. How many
Hey,
A's I
I'll
pulled?
palpate all day. I'll palpate all day. I'll tell you
Hey,
right now.
inside joke, guys. Everybody that's watching. The reason he's so good at palpating, this man is a a high level office job. He has very soft, very moisturized hands. He can feel everything. Mine, I got calluses from weights.
Hey,
Hey,
I got some calluses, but they kind of wore down because I
hey,
was
Audrey, I
using
tell you, she
the
say scratch your back.
washboard hands.
I just rub my hand on her back. She's like, that's too rough.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I'm horrible. I'm horrible, man. But yeah, he got some thaw. He got that shea butter lotion over there.
Man, I do. I have lotion at my desk. As soon as I get out the bathroom, wash my hands, I put that lotion right on my hands. I do, but it's different in California. It's dry here. You will go
Oh yeah.
outside, and if you didn't put no lotion on, you'll be ashy baby.
Hey, you could get by. You a little light skin. You can get by with
Ah.
that. But so when you said just adding the incomplete dominance to your clown pies in your collection, what do you have on the rack for, let's say, not just this season, being that your mail will be ready next season? What are your plans for? What's your plans for your clown pie program for next season?
For next season, and man, my females won't even be ready for him next season.
No.
But I have adult females that are ready. That's where I kind of think about if he's ready. I might give him a little bit of practice with some incomplete dominance and make some double heads.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't decided yet, but you remember I got a lot of projects.
Yeah,
that too, yeah. Because those laugh females are ready. I got laugh females. I got candy females because I love the candy gene. I love the candy gene. So that's one of the other ones. Yeah,
well,
so
we got some Toffinos.
Going back to that.
A bunch of Toffinos. Got to figure out what we're gonna end up doing with all of them. But we're definitely keeping 2 girls. We're gonna keep 2 girls.
I'll go back. That's a project. Even though you, I don't know if you think too much of it right now, but that's a project nobody's even doing anything with yet. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's untapped.
Well, hopefully everything go well. Everybody that's viewing, we got 14, 15 that's viewing now. 16. We got another clutch coming that or it's out already. Wait for them to come out of the egg, which is gonna be groundbreaking. It's a dual sire clutch, so that was really, really cool. Pleasant surprise. That fire pod girl that we were talking about before. Yeah, we'll definitely drop a video on that. That's gonna be a really fun video to do, and it ended up pushing us forward in 2 different programs. So we're stoked about that.
Going 2 different routes.
Hey, you see Frank?
It's rub the lotion in the skin. Yeah. I ain't trying to do all that.
Put the lotion in the
back. He was taking the skin and wearing it and tucking body parts. Nah, I'm good. Hey. I ain't tucking nothing.
Oh man. So somebody asked
I still pee when I stand up.
You stupid. Do you like candy or lavender better?
I'm gonna tell you, man. I love lavender and I love candy, but when you hit those candinos, the lavender and the candinos,
I've seen it.
Kill both of them. You know what I'm saying? And as it gets older, it gets brighter and it looks great. But it's just one of those genes. Once candy and toffee touched albino, it was like that value of that project just went downhill.
Right.
Even though they're allelic.
That's because nobody's working with albino, which can be the downfall, if, in my opinion, if you set your whole program around it.
Yes,
that's gonna be tough. So,
could be.
It's one thing to have fun with it, create some animals. Like I love the black pastel albino. It's amazing. I think that's one of the best looking snakes out there. But
I want to see it in Candino.
To tailor your project, yeah, that's yeah. Now we're watching them grow, so that's gonna be impressive too. So lavender over the candy, unless it's a Candino. Oh wow! And Miggy just said, Brandon just over at Nixon Reptiles, he just hatched out a candy G stripe. I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go.
Because when you add that color, because I told you what I'm gonna do. That extremist is gonna hit a lot.
I think Clown Pie gonna be the base of a lot of projects. A lot. a
Yep.
lot.
And
So
it's adding that combo in there.
while the base double visual will drop in price, I think it's going to be a huge gap between Clown Pod and Clown Pod with 2 and 3 and 4 in complete dominance in it. Huge gap.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're taking the holy grails. I mean, the two top animals, clown and
Mhm.
pie, right there, bringing them together. What else? Everybody's having these clown and a pie combos. Why not bring them together? And then
I am
the
worried being
process.
new to the game though, being able to the ID. I'm always worried about ID and like even with the stranger, what is it, stranger pods? I mean, I love stranger, love pods, stranger pie. I'm like, it just don't look as
It
mind
doesn't
blowing.
look anything different. It just makes the animal darker. And even after seeing the stranger clown pie, I don't know if you guys seen that yet. If you haven't, DM me. I will message. I will send you the link of the breeder who produced it. Man, that thing is dark. It's just dark, and it's a clown pie. It's dark.
But
That's it.
so you do know it's a clown pie. But is it easier to say that it's stranger?
Yes. The reason why
Really?
is because if you see a clown pie and you see my clown pie, that clown pie is dark. It's a darker gene. I mean, it's just like if you saw now, if somebody made a black pastel or a Suma clown pie versus the stranger clown pie, I don't know if you'd be able to see the difference.
See, and that's where the problems are going to come when you start popping out black pastel, orange stream, stranger, clown pot. Like, what? How do you know that? You're going to have them genetic tests.
Hey,
You're going to have to.
nah, you know what you do? You call Ozzy. You say, Ozzy, you know all this
Nope.
stuff.
Nope. You know why? And I'm a fan of Ozzy, but he'll tell you, well, I think it is
Yeah,
theoretic.
theoretical.
Theoretical. So,
Yep,
I mean, he ain't going to stand
theoretical
on it,
ID.
which I get it. I understand it now.
Yeah.
It's real confusing. It's real confusing.
He got them pied. I mean, man, he got one dot and tell you it's everything.
Yeah, I don't see how he doing that at all. Even a lot of people saying that Candy G Stripe is looking incredible, so I'm gonna have to check that out this evening.
Oh, who? Nixon Morph did it.
That's what they saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, and then when he turns around and add that into clown or pied, and get that looking, that genetic stripe, G stripe,
Hmm.
candy, yeah.
It's gonna be
And I,
crazy.
I just don't think people are running as far as it with that gene as what they went with lavender.
I think it's coming back though. I think it's coming back. It's just coming back slower. I think people need to see it in combos like that, before they'll be able to say, you know what, it's strong enough to make an imprint on certain people's projects. Bring back the importance of it. But it is what it is. But it ain't been too bad. I guess we take the time now. Everybody that's watching, we appreciate you guys. You
Yeah,
need to check into Redline Shipping. It's cold down below. I think if I'm right, there we go. Code down
wait,
below. You get
yeah,
$5 off the next order. Check it out. Go to their website. It's the easiest internet interface to utilize, especially when you're shipping these reptiles that we all love. If you haven't used it yet, you want to type in Flawless 5 at checkout, and you'll get $5 off your total. So definitely go support the channel's partner. We appreciate it. They appreciate it greatly. Our next um, date will be up on it again. It's the 16th. We'll be chiming in. We'll have a guest on for the 16th. We'll post on Instagram and Facebook on who the guest will be. So stay tuned and stay locked in to Sloan Morse. If you're not tapped in, go over to his IG and Facebook. Follow him over there. Subscribe to his YouTube. He's going to be bringing out some very unique, specific YouTube videos coming from his channel. We'll be tuned in ourselves. And definitely subscribe to Flawless if you're not tuned into what we got going on. And next time we'll be in the office in the facility running it live. But we appreciate you guys greatly for watching, and they'll be arguing. There will be less arguing in the background next time around. But we really appreciate you guys
brotherly
watching
love.
this live. Definitely. Hey, that's how it has to be. But it's Flawless is out of creations. Sloan Morse will be signing off, and we'll be seeing you guys next go around. Really, really appreciate you, and see you later.